Hi, this is John, and welcome to another edition of Statistics Tell a Story. So last week I talked about the decision of going first or second in overtime by Sean McDermott, and I want to follow up on that this time. It'll be a little shorter video, and basically I'm going to give you some highlights of what I did. I actually wrote a code. In fact, I'm going to download that code for anybody to access. If you have Python and you want to run it, you want to kind of it's interactive with certain numbers. For example, probabilities, and you can tweak it as you want. And again, this is a quick and dirty way of finding, maybe the probability of given certain assumptions, the team going first or going second of winning in overtime. Right. So here's again, this is not an exact science, right? I made it fairly simple to be able to do probability trees, right? If you've done that where you have different parlays of ways of things that can come out, you do that by probability trees. Again, I'm going to spare you those numbers, but I will give you my assumptions and the results. What are the assumptions? No turnovers. Teams start at their own 30. Instead of doing it play by play, I did it first down to first down. Each first down gained 15 yards. I based these probabilities on regular season statistics, at least with the Bills and Broncos. I said you needed 3 first downs to get in field goal range. You needed 5 first downs to score a touchdown. I gave the team going second some extra perks, you might say, advantages. One of them is that to go from first down to first down, it was increased a little bit if the first team got a touchdown. And the reason was because, quite simply, they're going for it on fourth down no matter what, whereas the first team may not have done that. Okay. So I'll spare you all of the details. Those are some of the highlights. I'm going to put a few other things in the description. I'm going to put the code in the description. I'm going to put the results in the description, and something interesting, and I've alluded to this before, but I'll mention it again. If any of you have ever taken a calculus course, you might recall geometric series, right? And in fact, if a team such as, well, what happened with the Broncos last week gets the ball the third possession or later, their second possession, it actually plays out like a geometric series. And I'm going to describe why that is again in the description. So I will give you the summary of what these probability trees gave us. 73% of the time, by my assumptions, it ends after the first 2 possessions. Within that, the team going first won 33% of the time. The team going second won 40% of the time. No surprise, team going second has some advantages. We've discussed that before. However, in going first, you do have the perk of if you get to that second possession, third possession overall, which I mentioned plays out like a geometric series. Again, I'll describe that in the description. Of that 27% as it played out for my assumptions, the team going first won about 17% of those. And that makes sense. They have first chance or third chance, given that Team B doesn't respond with their first chance after the third possession, so forth. So if you add it all up, it was extremely close by my numbers. And I didn't tweak the numbers until I got something close to 50-50. I let it lie where it was. I ended up with Team A, meaning the team going first, winning, I think it was 50.02% of the time. Team B winning 48.92% of the time. It's largely a coin flip, and it really depends on assumptions. Whether you have two very good offenses, two very good defenses. What are the chances of converting on fourth down? What are the chances of converting on a 2-point conversion, as sometimes comes up? What's your field goal unit like? What's your punt unit like? Again, I made some general assumptions where teams start at their own 30, et cetera, but better special teams tweak that one way or another. But by my original assumptions, extremely close to 50-50. I know you might be thinking, well, okay, that's not really much of a result. Well, it kind of is a result. It's really that it kind of is a coin flip, at least in a lot of scenarios. So, one thing I'll mention, McDermott was kind of grilled for a little bit for going for it. Excuse me, for going second in overtime. The one thing that I think kind of got glossed over that maybe he should have been under more scrutiny was, and there were a few articles on this, was I believe it were 12 seconds left right before the half. They had the ball at their own 30, no timeouts left. Josh Allen fumbled and Denver got a field goal. That was ultimately the deciding factor. Should they have just rested on the ball? And I know when you have Josh Allen, your inclination is to try to get a few big plays and get in field goal range, but maybe that wasn't the time. And anyway, it ended up costing him. So if he's going to be scrutinized, I think maybe that was the bigger thing. I'm still a McDermott fan. I still hope he gets one of the job openings with, I think, believe there are 5 left. Anyway, so I'll leave you with that. And if you feel free to make any comments you want, good or bad. We did have some comments last time, and some of you a little bit critical. That's fine. I'd rather have that than nothing at all. I got more views, which I was happy with, and I hope I can continue that. But I do thank you for subscribing, for liking, for making comments. Tell your friends, and I will see you next time on Statistics Tell a Story. Thank you.